Fantastic morning. Namaste. In this video, you're going to be learning the great yoga conspiracy and how and what to do to transform this conspiracy, break through it, and really maximize your life. On the law of attraction, if you're interested in The Secret, or ultimately to have the success that you want for yourself, and then ultimately transform it so you want and are doing all you can to make the world a better place. I'm going to start out with a story, or a couple of mini stories. The first one is, I'm right now in Brazil, and I've been going to many different type of yoga activities. And what I find, which is really interesting, is that the people who are doing the yoga activities are focus on the yoga, and a lot of times they don't maybe go out to some of the other places. Like, they don't see themselves as, well, I wouldn't go to those clubs because I'm a yogi. So another thing that I thought was really interesting was that I was doing a yoga class, and I arrived, I knew they had mats, but they didn't have any by the time that I went up to where the yoga was. It was beautiful. It was overlooking the beach and the ocean. You could see the sunset. Marvelous energy, marvelous. However, I didn't have a mat. So everybody kind of looked at me like, this guy has no clue, probably never done yoga before. And then I got that kind of vibe from people, which is obviously not the friendliest in the world. I'm totally cool with it. So then I was doing the yoga, and then they had some different stands, some different balances and positions that were more difficult, and I just popped right into them. I've done them before, and I did my best to be as comfortable as I could, knowing that I was on wood. I was doing my yoga, which was okay. I felt it had a lot of stability for the different balance positions. So it was interesting because then immediately after the class, an individual came up and said, wow, I didn't know you could do that. Look how you hopped in that. You're like super, I don't know if they used the word Superman, but it was like that kind of, and I said, oh, well, thank you. I was thinking, well, that's nice. Now they're being really super open to me, and they invited me to do an acro yoga class. And then we all did some acro yoga, which was fun and enjoyable. So then in another yoga class, so I do lots of different yoga classes, and this was at Vida Asana in like the forest area of Costa Rica. I highly recommend it. The owner is a fantastic individual. He invited me to stay because I was looking at doing a retreat there, and I saw a pending to do the retreat. And I got to know the place, and there's this area where they have torches at night, and the energy from the forest like permeates it, and you can just feel so wonderful when you're there. And then you're doing yoga at night in the middle of this like warm tropical forest right by the beach, and you have all these torches around. And the teacher led us all through a guided meditation where we were giving thanks and sending great energy. And it was beautiful, and it was wonderful, and you could literally feel yourself expanding out your consciousness. So the great conspiracy is that those things are not being combined. Well, when I say what things? Okay, well, first of all, the great conspiracy is that yoga is being taught separate from this sex energy. It's being taught separate from everything, and it's being taught where it's being something that's, it's almost like discrimination, where I'm a yogi, I wouldn't do that, or I would do that because I'm a yogi. No, that's not the idea. The whole idea of yoga is to obviously improve your body, to maximize and activate your body. However, it's not an individual activity. The idea is that you're activating your body so that you now connected and you've awakened your consciousness and realize the interconnection of all things. And that all things means that you can go to a club, you can go out dancing, you can go out doing this, you can do this, and you accept the people who come in with love. And while you're in the yoga class, because yoga isn't something asexual. No, because that sexual energy is part of our reality. We're here. Someone has to Someone had to be using that energy or we wouldn't be here, right? However, it's the key, and yoga helps you with this, is that you don't have this sex energy to focus on the sex energy for the sake of, well, I want more pleasure, which is really, it's a downward spiral. If you've been there, just trust me. And it's impossible to ever fulfill, where you transform it and you recognize that as a key part of life. However, you use yoga and these principles to purify yourself. And when I say purify, I mean to bring your consciousness here, present, where you're not thinking of anything. Your worries are gone. Yoga can help you with that. And then at the same time, you're amplifying your awareness with all things. Because the more we recognize we're connected with the ocean here, the waves, the birds, the sailboat, even things that appear solid are energy, so we're connected with them too. Maybe they don't have as much of a consciousness, but they are part of all of us. And then we recognize, acknowledge, and connect and leverage by in the yoga class we're contracting. And when you say, well, how do you contract my PC muscle? So let me demonstrate that. When I talk about contracting your PC muscle, that muscle is here. And you can think of it if you're, let's say, urinating and you're going to stop. And this is also if you're a female or if you're a man who wants to help a female learn how to experience amplified sexual pleasure, be able to ejaculate as a woman. This is the muscle that you're basically going to be strengthening. As a man, you can strengthen it too. It's been said that it increases your pleasure if you continue to do these exercises. However, when you're doing the yoga positions, trust me, and test it out in your next yoga class, continuously be tensing, releasing, where you can hold it while you're doing different positions, and you're going to find that it starts to amplify this energy in you. And obviously the experience will be different, but for myself, when I do that, I feel like I'm even more recharged, more energized, and that I've been able to channel this sexual energy from here into my body to really be able to then leverage it for the awesome things that we want to do during the day. In summary, the great conspiracy with yoga is that it's an individual activity, that we're separate, that we're better because we do yoga, that we can't go do something else, and that this sexual energy and these different activities that one could do, going to a club or dancing or things like that, don't fit into the life of a yogi. I will acknowledge that as someone who's practicing yoga, you're going to become even more aware of your body. So why don't we go dance, but we don't need to go drink, because drinking is obviously going to have a negative effect on our body. The final thing, and the key part of yoga as well, as part of the conspiracy, is that one can go to a yoga class, do shavasana, the final corpse pose, and that's it. Are you kidding me? Why don't we just call it a stretching class? And that's way too many yoga classes I go to do that. That's conspiracy. The ultimate foundation of this great conspiracy is that you have this fantastic, incredible energy inside you where you can create, you can co-create, you can manifest. And by leaving these pieces out, it's almost like a stretching class. It really is, that's all it is. The final piece is you need to have yoga also amplify your thankfulness, and then sending great energy to other people. If you want to call it prayer for them or sending great energy, it can be radiating from you, radiating from the heavens down, where you're now sending great energy to everyone all around the universe and the world and out into space and all the different dimensions. And then you're experiencing the things that you most desire as already realized, which is going to pump you up. You're going to feel happier, more connected, more radiant, and more energized. So allow yoga to help you connect even more with your body, as well as to ultimately what I call transcend, where you're able to bring in this infinite energy into your daily life and maximize your life, more money, more time, better health, and a greater love for everyone, that kind of love that radiates from you and accepts other people. Subscribe, click the bell, get notifications. I have a lot of fantastic value to give you, even more in a lot of different topics, not just yoga. And any questions or comments, leave below. I'm open. If you didn't like it, let me know why. How can I improve it? And ideally, maybe you didn't like it, but you can use some of the concepts. Test them out before you make a judgment. And I believe 100% with my sincerity in my heart. I have 5 other companies to run, and I'm here sitting on the balcony filming videos here in Brazil because I believe so strongly in what I'm sharing with you. That It will absolutely, positively help you live a more awakened life. Have a fantastic day.